Facebook. Yay!
1 second. 1 second. It's preparing your meeting. Setting up your meeting. Sorry. Now you're good.
Hello, Facebook. Yay! My name is Samoy and I am part of the SEAM team, and this is hashtag SEAM Live from the Children's Education Alliance of Missouri. Today is the parent takeover over SEAM Live again. If you're watching this live, thank you for making the time to join us. If you're watching this as a recording, thank you too. We will be watching the comment section of this Facebook Live, so please join the conversation with your questions or just to say hi. Hi, everyone. We'll do our best to answer all of your questions. We'll also be sharing resources in the comment section. Okay, y'all, so just let you know right now, this is an actual Facebook Live. So I have my phone out right now and I can see everyone here. And I will be doing my best to watch for your questions and comments. Also, Peter and Cece will be working behind the scenes to help me catch them too, and to share links as we go. So please make sure check out the links in the description box below. All right, y'all ready? Let's do this. Joining me is my colleague from the St. Louis team, Lisa Smith. Hey, Lisa!
Hey, Samoy. I'm glad to be back on Facebook Live with you to do another parent takeover.
I am too. This is so much fun. This is like the best ever. Like I get so excited like a kid at Christmas the night before when we do this. After so much positive feedback about our last Facebook Live in January, we wanted to come back and share some more important information for families and students. This afternoon's topic is, what are my options? Lisa and I are going to give you the rundown of which educational options right now, exist in the state of Missouri.
Yes, Samoy, this is an important topic. Many parents may not be aware of their educational options. So I'm glad we're discussing options today to help parents understand the available choices and guide them on how to get involved. In fact, I wrote a blog about it last week, and we'll put that link in the comment section as well.
Oh, yes, your blog was amazing.
Thank you.
So you're quite welcome. Before we dig in, please make sure to put your questions, any and all of your questions. There is no small question or big question, please. All your questions and comments in the comment section below here on Facebook. All right, that being said, let's get started. We're going to first start with traditional public schools. Now, Lisa, don't get me wrong, lots of children attend traditional public schools, and for many children, public schools are a great choice for that. That being said, let me take a moment to explain what a traditional public school is. They are tax-funded schools divided in grades K through 12 and governed by school districts. Children who attend traditional public schools are assigned a school based on their zip code. So if it's whatever your zip code is, that's the school that you're going to.
Yes. And there is another kind of public school called charter public schools. Charter public schools are public schools that are independent from the school district and have the freedom to create unique programs tailored to their community. They cannot selectively admit students like magnet schools, and they must provide services to special education students. Charter schools are only allowed to operate in St. Louis City and Kansas City, or a school district that has been provisionally accredited for 3 or more years.
Lisa, thank you so much, because I always struggled with what's the difference between a traditional public school and a charter school. So I completely understand. Please, y'all, don't forget, I'm looking at my phone and checking the comment section if you have any questions or comments. That being said, Lisa, if I can recall, did a new charter school just open in St. Louis County for the very same reason that you mentioned?
Yes, due to an unaccredited school district, the new leadership school was opened in the last 2 years, providing students with the opportunity to receive another public school education.
Ah, okay. I'm just making sure. I'm just checking the comment section below. I don't see any comments, but I love that. Peter, thank you so much. You're putting the links in the description box, so keep that up. Okay. All right. So I did hear what you said. Lisa, yay, that is such amazing information and such a great win for families wanting more school choice options. I think those school choice options are very, very important. I wonder if anyone watching has a charter school experience or questions about any of this. Remember, you can ask your questions or make your comments in the comment section here on Facebook. And I see someone that has just joined, Miss Huntley. Thank you so much for joining. She's saying hi to everyone.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you for joining us during this time.
What other school options do we have in Missouri?
I'm so glad you asked that. Yes, there is another amazing option we have here in the great show me state of Missouri, which actually happened several years ago when parents like us and supporters, along with public school options and SEAM, advocated for an accessible virtual option. Today it's called MoCap. Like, I didn't know exactly what MoCap was at first, what it stood for. So I'm going to let everybody know now. MoCap stands for Missouri Course Access and Virtual School Program. MoCap is available to all. Okay, Lisa, you heard me say all, right? I didn't say some
Yes,
or a few, right?
yes.
To all Missouri public school students. A parent interested in enrolling their child in a virtual option should determine which of the available virtual schools they would like their child to attend. So the parent needs to decide that. And as much as we do for everyone, SEAM has put together a website with information about enrolling at www.missourivirtualed.org. And I am sure that Peter has put that link in the description box. But Lisa, the most important thing for many families to know is that the school district will pay the virtual provider.
Yes. I used mocap with my son for a couple of years and it was excellent. He was able to continue his education from home.
Mm.
The program provided a computer, a printer, books, and supplies. It was the best educational choice for my family at that time.
Lisa, I am so happy that virtual education worked for you and your family. And yes, I love that they provide the computer, the printer, the books and supplies. I know when my daughters, because my oldest daughter, she's still a virtual student in the state of Missouri. She currently attends Missouri Virtual Academy, also known as MOVA. And when she got all of her supplies, it was like I said again, it was like a kid at Christmas because they send everything. There is nothing that you don't need once they send everything. Now,
Mhm.
don't get me wrong. I know that virtual education, it did take a real beating in the media during COVID, but that was the result of schools trying to create improvised programs during the pandemic. And of course, since one size doesn't fit all, it's no surprise that it did work well for all students, not just one student, but for all students.
Yeah.
I am going to check yes. So Miss Huntley, yes, it's MOVA, Missouri Virtual Academy is where my daughter Hannah goes. Um, I'm gonna answer that question in just a second. Let me read this last part and then say this last part and then I'll answer that question. Um, it says also virtual education is similar to homeschooling in that it happens at home. But with homeschooling, parents are responsible for selecting and implementing the curriculum, and parents do the actual teaching. It's a lot of responsibility, but a good choice for some people. I'm going to stop right there for just a second because Ms. Huntley has a question. She's asking, how do you sign up to be a virtual provider? The information about virtual schooling, the link is in the description box at www.missourivirtualed.org. So Ms. Hunley, if you could go there, and we'll also provide some other emails for you to check things out. We will gladly be able to help you with that. I'm gonna ask her if that's okay, and then we'll keep going. Or maybe she'll probably respond back in a little bit. Okay. But yes, but that was a great choice for some people, but that is what virtual education is. Okay. I'm sorry, Lisa. Oh, you're welcome. Sorry, Lisa. I know we're just having such a good time. We're doing amazing.
Yes, absolutely. Samoy, the game-changing school choice option for my family came when SEAM and all of our advocates finally succeeded in establishing most scholars K-12 scholarships.
Lisa, oh my goodness. I tell you what, as a parent, it's the best feeling when advocates succeed in establishing K-12 scholarships. Lisa, can you tell us about the Most Scholars Program?
The Most Scholars Program was passed into law in 2021, and it is the first scholarship program in Missouri. Most scholars offer financial assistance to students K through 12th grade enrolled in public school. Students can receive scholarships in the amount of $6,375, enabling parents to customize their children's education by paying for private school tuition, virtual schooling, homeschooling materials, therapy, tutoring, transportation, and so much more, Samoy.
Oh my gosh, Lisa, I think I had something in my ear. Could you tell me that amount for the scholarship again?
$6,375.
Oh my gosh, and that money can go towards my child's private school education, virtual schooling, or homeschooling materials?
Yes.
Wow, that is absolutely amazing. Oh my goodness, I am so glad that most scholars passed. Wow.
Samoy, I was so proud when Most Scholars was passed into law. This is a bill I've advocated for many years, the one I desperately needed to provide me with the opportunity to choose my child's educational path.
Lisa, I know firsthand what it feels like to advocate for a law to be passed. It literally seems almost impossible that the law will ever go into existence. I mean, you know what it's like. It's constantly, writing, testifying, speaking to legislators. So I can only imagine what that felt like when the law passed. I could not be more happier for you and your family due to most scholars being passed. So, that's great.
Today, I can proudly say that my son is a Most Scholars recipient. He
Yeah.
attended neighborhood private school with the scholarship covering the entire tuition payment. Most Scholars is the school choice option that best suits my child's educational upbringing.
Lisa, I'm so glad that you were able to find a good educational option for your son after so many years of advocating. You were finally able to pinpoint exactly what your son needed, and you were able to witness firsthand that bill going into existence. And now your son is able to take part of that bill with the most scholars. So I'm so glad you were able to find something that suits and that benefits you and your family.
Thank you. I I have utilized nearly every school choice option discussed today to keep my son from our failing school district.
Mhm.
As a parent, I want to choose my child's education. And I know most parents want a choice for their children's education.
Lisa, whew, I couldn't agree with you more that parents want to solely be able to make the educational choice option that fits their child's needs. That is so important for parents. No one knows their child like they do. So to be able to make that educational option choice solely for their child is such a great thing. So I love it. With that being said, okay, let's recap what we talked about this afternoon. I know it has been quite a bit, But I just want everybody to know that's watching live and that's watching the recording, you do not have to remember all this information. Please, that's a lot to remember. We will be putting all the links. Don't forget, check the links in the chat box for you. But let's recap what we talked about this afternoon and what options we have right now in the great show me state of Missouri. The first option we have is traditional public schools as your standard, it's your standard schools where students are assigned to a school based on their district and zip code. Then we talked about charter schools. Lisa, thank you again for clarifying that because I was struggling to understand what charter public schools were. So thank you again. They are also public schools, but they operate independently and are very different. Excuse me, not difficult, but different. Unfortunately, charter public schools currently only exist in St. Louis and Kansas City. Then we talked about MOCAP, which is the virtual education option where students are doing their education online. And then lastly, Lisa, she talked about Most Scholars, and Most Scholars is the new K-12 scholarship that that Lisa just explained. There's more information about that Most Scholars at at www.showmeschooloptions.org.
Yes. Well, let's talk about what school choice options we need in Missouri because
Yes,
we need more options.
you got that right.
Most scholars expansion is very important. We need Missouri scholarships expanded to all zip codes, ensuring every student in the state has access to a quality education.
Oh my goodness. Access to a quality education, so important, so important. There's also multiple bills being debated to expand charter schools. Yay! Three of them each target a new geographic area in the great show me state of Missouri, one being St. Louis County, the other one St. Charles County, and finally Boone County.
Yes. Here is another crucial option, Samoy. Open enrollment, a high demand from parents. We need full open enrollment because it will allow public school students to transfer to a different public school. School districts decide if they want to participate in the open enrollment program.
Huh. Lisa, question. Does anyone in Missouri have any experience with open enrollment?
Well, years ago, I was able to transfer my son out of our failing school district and enrolled him into another school district. It was the only school choice option I had at the time to provide my son access to a better education. Open enrollment will provide many students in failing school districts access to a quality education. Missouri needs more school options to ensure every student in the state has access to a quality education tailored to their individual needs.
Wow. I mean, I love open enrollment already. That's absolutely amazing. Like these are some great options that we need to continue having in the state of Missouri. I know that's one thing, Lisa, that I just love so much about you. You're always just saying we need more options. We need more options. And that is something that I let individuals know here on this side of the state of Missouri about having more options. So it's very important.
Yes, give us options and let the parents decide because like you said, no one know our children better than us. The parents know the children best. Let them decide and our children will succeed.
They sure will. I mean, it's not, we can't get it any more crystal clear or cut than that. Give parents options because kids are better equipped when their parents are the ones that are helping them to succeed in the best educational option. I love that you and I both, Lisa, tried so many different options for our kids, but we did finally find something where our children are both succeeding in amazing. I'm doing MOCAP and you're doing Most Scholars. I love this. This is absolutely great.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Well, Lisa, once again, this was so much fun. We covered a lot of useful information, everyone. We should remind everyone, though, I want you please listen to this. Please, please, please. I want everyone to know that, want to remind you that there are eligibility rules for each of these programs. So make sure you're checking the links in the description box so that you can look at those rules for all these amazing, great programs. I want to remind people that if they have any question, please, like I said earlier, there's not a small question, to please ask any questions, or if you want to help advocate. We're always looking for amazing advocators. They can reach us, they can reach out to us, and we will help them with that information or figure it out, and or we'll get them to the right information. That being said, I can be reached at samoy@seamteam.org, and Lisa, she can be reached at lisa@seamteam.org. And don't forget, all right, what did I say, Lisa? I said, don't what?
Forget.
Don't forget, please, y'all. I say y'all a lot too. Please don't forget to like us on Facebook and Instagram, where we have lots and lots of valuable resources, such as Lisa's blog post. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. Her blog posts and information about school choice options, along with ways to advocate for school choice.
Agreed. We need to do this again. It's always good being on live with you.
I love doing this with you. This just gives me so much joy. So much joy. Well, oh my goodness, it's a wrap. Like, that went by so fast. It's fine. It's a wrap. My goodness. Thank you so much for everyone for joining us live, or if you're watching this in the future online, thank you so, so very much for watching. Make sure you follow some of the links in the comment section. Peter is doing his best. Thank you so much, Miss Huntley, for coming in. She's telling us thank you. Make sure you follow some of the links in the comment section, and please get involved.
Samoy, how can someone get involved and advocate for Missouri students to have access to a better education?
Oh my gosh, how could I have forgotten that? Goodness, you're so right. We're actually going to the Capitol next week for another advocacy day on Tuesday, February the 13th. If you're interested, you can join us or reach out to Lisa or myself, and we would love to let you know more about that. But we are headed to the Capitol in Jefferson City next week, Tuesday, February the 13th, for another advocacy day where we will be talking about all of these great and wonderful bills that are on the floor and things that are also in existence now on how we can make them more beneficial for parents and families. Audience questions or comments? I'm going to check the audience. Ms. Huntley is asking, can you put your personal info in the comments, please? Yeah, okay, she sees it. Okay, yes, please reach out to Lisa or myself. And yes, we would love to see you at the state capitol. Laura's saying thank you, Lisa and Samoy. So thank you, Laura. Miss Huntley, we will reach out to you. I'm sure Cece will be able to. We would love for you to advocate with us at the Capitol on next Tuesday. Yay!